Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cosmic Crusade podcast with your host Jay. I hope you're having a magnificent, wonderful little day. Hey, hi, how are you? We are back. Babes, can you believe that we're literally about to be in September? September. Wake me up when September ends, I guess, but whoa. Okay, August. In and out. In and out. Oh, wow. What a weird time, I will say. Time is an illusion, and boy, that illusion is flickering by lightning speed. Jeez, that was like a whole month, and I feel like I didn't even do anything in August, man. It's crazy. August is crazy, but not. It's crazy that it wasn't crazy, you know? But you know what? We've been missing it. I've been missing it. We need to jump back into a high-low water buffalo. We gotta hit you with the life updates quickly here because it's time. We're overdue. So I would say that in this past little bit of life that my high would have been Pride. Pride happened again, part 2. Akron does their Pride in August, and it was like a whole day ordeal, and it was just amazing. You know, it was my day off. I went out. There's, literally, it's a festival. You know, it's a fucking festival. We have free merch. We have everything you can imagine for, food. There's a truck. You pick it. You get it. You live it. Yum. And then, the main area is, grassy. It's, giving nature love. And it was amazing. Performances, you get entertainment, you get shows, you get musical energy. It's I don't know what else you could be asking for. There's just so much to do, so much to see. So, you find ways easily to entertain yourself. It's hard to have a bad time, I would say, actually. But it was wonderful, and then after, the main event situation, it was, of course, the after-party gig. You know, we go out, we get drinks, we do little dance, we do little party, and we all slay all night long. Yes, very, very fun. Very, very good. Love being around my babes. The low, I was trying to clean my carpets. But listen, I have no carpet cleaner. I vacuum, I dust, but I have no carpet cleaner. It's missing from my life. So I say, Mother, please, carpet cleaner, let me have it. So I borrow my mom's carpet cleaner. Get this, it's broken. Because I'm texting her and I'm like, I got the carpet cleaner, secured, whatever. Which one did you grab? Which one did I grab? Sorry, babes, but I believe when I was living there a year ago, you only had the one. So I grabbed the one that I knew about, actually. You mean to tell me there's another? You mean to tell me that the one that I have is in fact broken? Delightful. So this week I went back and swapped. And I actually got the good carpet cleaner, and I cleaned my carpets today. Literally today. I opened up the windows, I cleaned up my carpets. Oh my god, I've just done so much cleaning and purging today. The energy is shifting. Absolutely shifting. It just feels so clean. I love it. It puts my mind at peace, I tell you. So I think that low was a low that pivoted, you know? It was a low, but then we pivoted because we got something good out of it eventually, you know? We love to see it. Water buffalo? Oh, honestly, swap it. That was the water buffalo because the low is freaking pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice. It is pumpkin spice season. You know who does not want to deal with the pumpkin spice season? Right here. This guy. Me. Listen. Also, here's the theory I'm going to throw at you real quick. We need to change our calendars. The calendars, they need changed. They're wrong. They're incorrect. Literally, it's not matching up with the seasons anymore, okay? We done fucked up the world. Global warming has really hit us, and now everything is just shifting in all the wrong ways. So, The proposal is that we change the calendars and we adjust the months so that they're accurately aligned with the weather that they should be having in those months. But we don't have the weather in those months like we should have in those months. So there's that. So even though it's pumpkin spice season, it's not fall. And I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it. I don't want it. I don't enjoy it. And I get murdered because I have to serve it. Ugh. Just. Ugh. Wow. We literally have had to have an additional person, like pretty much throughout the whole day, number one, but closing with us because it's just so bad. It is so bad. I come in and it is literally like cup, 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 cup. Fill it up, sling it out. Like, oh my god, it's like a freaking assembly line in there every day. Every day. Every day. The only thing that changes is it gets worse on the weekends. That's it. That's it. It's really insane because it is such an astronomically overwhelming feeling seeing that there are like legitimately 26 orders just being mobiled. The drive-thru is ding, 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 ding. It's full. Cars are pulling around. We're slinging the drinks out. Ding, 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 ding. And the mobiles are ding, 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 ding. Okay? I'm talking like in the span of 30 minutes, we are serving 90 customers. 90 customers. That's not to say that is 90 drinks, right? Because most customers order multiple drinks. Great, I love it. It's kind of awful when they're getting it for the whole family and they're getting like 6 drinks at once in the midst of that 26 mobile, 10 in the drive-thru, 6 just came in. You know? It really is instances like that that make me say, it's more of you than there are of us. So sit your ass down and be patient, please. Thank you. Ugh. It is legitimately war. I will say, it is legitimately war. Because after those types of shifts, where it is just go, 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 you are drained. You are exhausted physically. You are exhausted mentally. You are exhausted emotionally. And it's not a fun game. I'll say it. It's not a fun game. It's an important game because it's how we live. You know, it's how we get money. But I can't say that it's a good game. I can't say that it's an enjoyable game. And I can't say that I missed pumpkin spice season. The pecan's good though. The pecan is a delicious beverage. And I appreciate the cortado. But I didn't miss the insanity. I didn't miss the war. And I didn't miss the trauma. So, here we go again. Love this cycle. But with that being said, you know what I did miss? Talking about the cryptic, the mystic, and all the beautiful, wonderful shits in between. So go ahead, get ready, get steady, have a sip, have a sweet treat, and let's lock in to this little episode. So, for this episode, I am just gonna yap about fall, pretty much, because that's what we're going into. And listen, I love when we are in these transitional kind of periods, right? And that's how I view it. Like, fall is the transition to the death of winter. Spring is the transition to the life of summer. So now we're going to be entering into the fall, coming out of the summer, and I'm really excited because these sort of like liminal transitional seasons are really, really great for me personally to be reconnecting with nature. And I mean that in the sense of like, even something as simple as like walking the dog and going out to the park and just having a little hour power walk where we're sitting out and we're in nature and we're outside and there's like a little breeze going. And I also have to note that these temperatures specifically are quite delicious, right? Because like it's so versatile for all things, everything essentially. So if you're like going out, you know, and you're going to be in the public space, you can choose to wear so many different things, you know. If it's going to be more of like a leisurely type thing, you might put on like some extra layers. But like if you know that you're going to be like, if I'm walking the dog, I'm still going to wear some summer-ish type clothing where, you know, it's lighter, it's thinner, it's not as many layers. That way we can still be comfortable because you can still feel the warmth. And that is like the beauty of the fall and the spring too. The spring has this too, but we're talking about the fall. Is that it just hits that sweet spot of you have the option of long sleeve, short sleeve, 1 layer, 3 layers. It can all work. It can all work. And it's beautiful. And I especially love it too because here's more fall versatility. Cooking. Your meals. You can start to kind of play around with some soups, you know, some chilies. Crock-pot meals are definitely going to be in for the fall. That is an in the fall. You know what's an out in the fall? It's going to be burgers. It's going to be hamburgers. It's going to be hot dogs. That to me is very summer food because like summertime cookouts. That is like 90% of what you'll be having at a cookout type situation. And I absolutely love. And that's not to say that I'll never have a burger, but it's just not something that I'm looking for in my menu right now. I'm looking for cinnamon flavors, like, you know, sweet apple, you know, like some brown sugar energy. Maybe we're having some pot pie, butternut squash, anything, everything. You know, it's very that. And with fall, you know we got Thanksgiving coming up into this too. You know we're going to be thinking about the turkey. You know we're going to be thinking about the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the green beans, the casseroles, the everything. It's very pie season as well. Oh my gosh, a baked apple pie. Come on, you can't miss with it. You have all kinds of pies that are beautiful things to be having in the fall. And also, I know so many people love the like sunny 75 windows down, but there's also beauty in fall drives. Driving around in the fall, especially if you're going to be around more of a rural, more of a nature-filled area, is such a beautiful, wonderful experience. It is lovely, okay? We love to see the leaves changing colors, the leaves falling down, the trees and the ways that they change. It just makes literally different scenery. And that's quite enjoyable. That is a wonderful aspect of the fall. And as we get into the fall, as we are in the transitional era, it is uber important to do all of the cleansing things. Do all of like the annoying work that you do not want to be doing right now. Because listen, when you get into winter, you're telling me you're going to want to be doing things. When you get into winter, you're going to be telling me that you want to fix that window. When you get into winter, you're going to be telling me that you want to pull out and clean behind and do deep cleaning. I mean, maybe. But like also winter is very like chill, self-care, relax, give back to the self, sit with self, you know. It's very, here we are, hibernation era, reclaiming energy, recharging, plugging in, like, it's winter, get indoors for most of it, you know, especially if it's heavy snowy. However, this winter's gonna be cold. We're probably gonna be inside. It's what we do. But with the fall, it's still enjoyable. You can go outside and you can get your outdoor work done, and not have to worry about it, and not have that be a future problem, because it's easy to do it right now because it's not freezing and it's not blistering hot. We are in a middle ground sweet spot, and this is the ultimate time to do any of that type of work. Any work, period. Any work, period. But especially cleansing. you know, doing weird deep cleaning things. When's the last time you cleaned your blinds? You know, just trying to shift the energy in the physical space around you to be able to welcome in the energy of the fall, and, you know, just kind of the easing off and the entering into the reflective self-care that's eventually gonna take us to winter. But yeah, no, fall for all, baby, fall for all. Everybody should enjoy this little bit of time that we have in this season, and before, you know, we get to the cold stuff that everybody hates. Womp womp. And also Halloween. And also Halloween. What an enjoyable thing. I know so many people where, like, legitimately that is top tier. In terms of, like, holidays, Halloween is, like, number one. And it's just fun to enter, like, spooky season. Once we get into spooky season, everything is, like, it's just so much more interesting. And, like, also in the same vein, you have, like, the childhood classic Halloween shows or movies that you would watch. Mine was, oh my god, what was it called? It was, like, The Witch. It was The Witch, but it was, like, oh, I think it was Scary Godmother. I think that's what it was called. Scary Godmother. Oh my god, do you remember that? With, like, the monster dude? Oh, amazing. And the little girl. And, like, there was, like, I think a family of vampires, too, that were involved in that. I need to watch it again. Clearly, this is your sign. If you watched Scary Godmother as a child, watch Scary Godmother this year. Get into it. Why not? Also, we can't talk about the fall era, especially as we get into October, without mentioning the veil. Oh my god. Everything is going to be more spiritual. Everything's going to be more energetic because that veil is thinning between the physical and the spiritual, and things just flow so much easier. Communication's coming in so much easier. I mean, listen, I think many people that I know have been feeling this, so I want to say that, like, a majority of people are feeling the calling. You know, it's the start locking in right now, because it is coming. The veil's going to be thinning, and you want to be prepared. You want to cleanse your space, you want to protect your energy, and you want to be ready to have those connections. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Who's ready for some frickin' fall divination, baby? Let's get it! And also, while we are thinking about the energetic side of fall as well, just literally be grounded in the present moment and, like, be observing of what's happening around you, right? Like, you have these trees shedding their leaves, everything is kind of withering down and losing aspects of itself. And fall is also representative of a wonderful time to shed what isn't serving you. It's a great time to slow down and kind of, like, have that reflection moment where you are taking a look inward. And, you know, you sit with yourself and you ask yourself, what is helping me to feel good? What is helping me to have a positive experience? What is helping me to, you know, chase my goals? What's helping me achieve my goals? What is helping, like, you know, kind of propel you forward in life? And anything outside of that is what trim off, is what you're gonna shed, is what can fall off of your branches, right? It's a good time to have that release moment. And that, like, falls in line with the physical clutter of space too, you know, if you have anything that you've been hanging on to, or, like, you know, if you just see something and it's like, wow, I don't even know how I got that, I don't know the last time I used that. You know, for me, it's kind of like the thought process becomes, have I used this within, like, I don't know, say, like, the past 6 months or maybe even a year, depending on what the object might be. And then I'm looking at it and I say, well, you know, I haven't used this, so why should I still have this? I think that is, like, a big part of what happens to the, what is it? It's like stereotypical American household, whatever. Like, we just have so much shit and we are so deep into consumerism where we just buy, that sometimes we can forget about what we have, and sometimes we just really do have this random, seemingly endless collection of things that aren't serving us, aren't helping us, and we don't use. So what is it doing? It is just cluttering up space, and clutter in your space will block energy from flowing. So we don't want any of that clutter sitting around because it's not making anything better. If it's not making it better, it needs to go away. It needs to hit the curb. It needs to go to the trash. Okay, we don't need it. It's not helping us to see it. Whatever. And it can be interpersonal relationship connected to, you know, things that clutter up your space, your mind. Don't have to just be physical objects. It could be an interaction that you had with somebody. It can be the relationship or the connection that you had with somebody that needs to be severed. Those types of things are wonderful things for fall energies as well, because when you shed negativity, things that you don't want, things that aren't serving you, that is when you are going to create space for the newness to grow. And oftentimes within this newness, you find yourself on a different path. And a lot of times that path is where you're kind of just supposed to be, and it's better for you. Better doesn't mean easier, right? Sometimes you gotta make hard decisions, but it's just kind of a fact of life at that point, you know? It's just a good cycle to go through. Not an easy one, but a beneficial one for sure. And also, while we find ourselves discussing cycles, let us not forget that, like, our circadian rhythm is literally about to be changed. Yeah, like, we're going to be experiencing daylight savings time, which also in and of itself is, like, a ridiculous concept because, like, we really could just be done with this. We don't have to keep changing the clocks every couple of months. I think it's insane. I think it's quite ridiculous. And also what blows my mind too is that, like, it's not even everybody. It's not even an everywhere thing. It's certain, like, states. So, really interesting, really rude, and really don't want it. Thanks, bye. Anywho, the amount of sunlight that you're getting is going to be changing, and for some people that will turn into, like, you know, the seasonally affective depression. And it's like, yeah, we have to, like, try to be out in the sunshine as much as we can, which is a benefit of the fall because we do have the weather to still be able to do so. But even at that, you know, taking the moments to have the self-care and move the body. Moving the body is actually one of the best ways to, like, raise your energy, move the energy around, and shift your energy, you know, from just stagnant, negative to moved into a positive state, you know. So it doesn't have to be crazy. I'm not saying that you need to go do a fucking hour-long workout. You could do a 10-minute yoga flow, you know, at your own pace, do it how you feel. But a lot of the fall time and the way that it can come across for many people is a depressive state, you know, when it's the warm-up for the seasonal depression. And I think it's just a good time to be, you know, mindful. You could journal. Journaling is one of the most beautiful things that you can do for your mental health. Hello. Like, you can just get out all of your thoughts. It is like you can be as rude, as crude, as honest as you need to be because nobody's gonna see it, baby. It's just you and your own thoughts. So keep it real and let it all out. And it's like a safe space as well. You know, it's not like you have to be weary about what you're saying because, again, who's gonna see it? Who's gonna know? Like, whatever. Whatever. Just let it out. And then alongside journaling, you gotta do, like, a gratitude list because I have really found, like, truly, that when you are sitting there and thinking about and, like, actually dedicating time to what it is that you are grateful for, our brains, our silly little billy little monkey brains, they like patterns. So it starts looking for that, you know, your brain starts looking for the little things in life that you are grateful for, you know. It's like looking for that moment again where you got to work on time because there was no traffic and you hit all the green lights, you know, whatever. It's just like looking for those small situations. You know, your breakfast was delicious. You got your coffee and it was made right. It tasted delicious. Like, little things. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But just that pattern, that recognition of, oh, I'm grateful for this. I am affirming the positive attitude towards this situation. And you know, like I've said before, it doesn't have to be anything huge in terms of what it is that you are deciding that you're grateful for, you know. I'm grateful for electricity so I can charge my phone to make this video. I'm grateful for oxygen so I can continue to breathe and live, you know? It's like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can be super simple stuff. But having the space created for where you are, sitting down and affirming the positivity and continuing the gratitude is a wonderful way to kind of keep your mental health in check and to remain in that positive state despite the lack of dopamine and melatonin from like the sun and all that good jazz. You know, we are going to be entering the dark times. We are going to be entering the less sunlight, more snow, more cold, like that's coming. She's around the corner. So we gotta prepare for it in whatever way we can. Also, candles. Candles are wonderful. Everybody loves a good candle. It's a wonderful gift. But hop on the candle train, I tell you, because you have a little bit of extra light and a little bit of extra warmth, but also the smell. The smell. It'll be positive for you to have that scent burning in your house, you know? Just pick out your favorite, light it up, get cozy, read a little book, sit down with your journal, have a tea, have a hot chocolate. You know, the vibes, like very fall vibes, cozy, comfy, good vibes. So, all this to say, I am excited that we are entering into our fall era. I am excited to do some more spiritual things and explore and share that with you all. And, you know, maybe we'll start talking about some spooky stories. That would be really fun. I think that would be really entertaining. But with that being said, thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for playing catch up with me and listening to what's going on in my life and listening to me yap. And also this little, like, the sun has been peeking through these blinds. And it's been so insane to see that change throughout this entire video. So thanks for watching that too. But anyways, love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Until next time, peace and love.